you said, gee, we hope to get the whole population done by the end of the year. It seems pretty clear that it's reasonable to assume that antibodies from either getting COVID or getting the vaccine only last about a year. So if our program hopes to get the state vaccinated by the end of the year, we're just going to have to start this process all over again. And if that's the case, then are you right now building essentially permanent mechanisms to be able to administer vaccines for the entire population annually that are sustainable? Because it's great to use the National Guard if you've got an emergency, but if we're building a system that's going to essentially not even get us to the end of vaccination before people start needing to get revaccinated, we might be bumping 20-year-olds 5 months from now because we have to revaccinate 75-year-olds. And if that's true, then we're talking about the need for a permanent structure that's scaled to be able to administer vaccines across the entire state to the whole population. So if you could speak to first the pinch point problem, where is our limiting factor? And second, what steps are you doing to put permanent, sustainable delivery systems in place?
Those are both excellent questions. Thank you. To answer the first question, we do have the infrastructure in place to be able to administer vaccines in a rapid, efficient fashion. The pressure point right now, the barrier, is the actual number of vaccines that we have to administer. And again, we are working very closely with the Biden administration and the CDC to, as every other state is as well, to coordinate the increase of the vaccines that are coming into each state for administration. To your second question, that's a great question. We are working as rapidly as we can right now with what we have to vaccinate as many people as possible, because we are starting to see some of the variants to COVID-19. And so we want to make sure that people are getting vaccinated as rapidly as possible to slow the transmission, which then slows the genetic mutation, resulting in fewer variants. But at some point, as we work through that, this initial response vaccination stage, receiving a COVID-19 vaccine will look like receiving a flu vaccine. So for me personally, I go to the Rite Aid down the street every year, and I get my COVID or my flu vaccine. My children go see their pediatrician; they get their flu vaccine. So when the vaccine, the COVID-19 vaccines, are being manufactured and distributed in the quantities that we're looking for, we will be providing access in all of those traditional access points that you would be receiving a flu vaccine. And so we would continue on that process just like we do every year with the flu vaccine, which I hope you have all gotten already as well. Sorry for that plug.